Good evening, all, and welcome to the latest edition of the Man United Brothers podcast. I'm here as always with my brother and co-host Thomas. How are we, Thomas?
Not too shabby. Good evening.
Good, good evening. Nice to see you. For those of you who can't see us, Thomas is rocking the mohawk look now. He's done a wee lockdown Homer haircut. It's an interesting look.
It's not a mohawk.
It said it looked like one,
Yeah, but it's not. It's a more
but
like
it looks like one.
a Viking haircut.
And on it, yeah, okay, dead on. You're a big Viking. On another, what do you think when we cup I got?
He's
Sexy
got a
rascal.
cup which is Peter Schmeichel's old cup.
Yes, mate. The old green, sharp goalkeeper top. It's like green with red and blue and all that. I like it. I like it.
I don't like it.
Anyhow,
I don't like it because I don't like Peter Schmeichel.
you don't like Peter Schmeichel.
No,
Why?
because I watched him celebrate a goal against us when he was Man City's goalkeeper, and I lost all respect for him in
Yeah,
that one instance.
it's a tough one, mate. It's a tough one. That's an interesting topic. We started this off so going completely left field. Yeah, it didn't matter though. City were nothing then. Like, didn't
Yeah,
really
but it doesn't
matter.
matter, mate.
But he shouldn't have went them.
It
He shouldn't
wasn't
have
a
went them.
it wasn't a conscious decision. It was a feeling deep down, and ever since then I haven't liked him.
Interesting.
I like
Interesting.
Casper Schmeichel if that's anything to
What? It's just
don't know
weird.
why. Don't know.
Well, okay. There's a good story about Roy Keane. I went and watched Roy Keane, as you know, a night with Roy Keane at the waterfront. That's a long time ago now. And he gives the story about Michael and him having a ding dong. I think it was over in they're away in European game somewhere, and they had an out fight. It's hilarious. Roy Keane's really funny about it. I said to him, Roy Keane in the story says, I was just standing beside him at the bar, and I think I just said to him, I told him he was a good lad, and I really liked him. And then later on that night, he was up my door wanting a row, so I don't know what happened.
One of
It was
them.
funny. Anyway,
Um,
tonight, what do we think, Lasho?
do you know what, mate? For what it is, I'll absolutely take it. This squad is depleted, and we'll get on to this later. But Sosker has not mentioned it. No one's talking about it, which I really like. They're not making a big deal out of it. But when I looked at our bench tonight, and our only attacking threats were Shore, Terry, and Diallo,
Yeah,
like that, we are really to the bare bones. So I thought first half we managed it really well. Our movement was much better than what it normally is. I really liked Greenwood as a striker. I thought his
yeah,
movement was fantastic. The only thing he didn't get tonight was his goal. He done
yeah,
everything else
yeah,
perfectly. Um, Second half we were really poor at playing it out from the back, which was frustrating, and we did seem to settle, which was weird
yeah,
because we should have got the second goal. We needed it because it was still edgy. Even at the end there, it was still quite edgy. Um,
yeah. I was
but
never as happy to hear the referee blew the whistle when they had a corner. I was like, oh,
I
fuck, and then
know.
he blew the whistle. I was like, oh, yes.
I agree 100%, mate. But it was a great win, and it's good to see us now. It's happened a couple of times where we fell from second to third, and normally, well, last season anyway, we never took advantage or we never bounced back from those sort of positions. And now
Yeah.
we are. It's happened just a couple of times now, and we went straight back into second again, which is nice to see.
Yeah, actually, I have to agree. If you actually, I don't, we didn't make one sub tonight.
And that tells you
So
everything. Tells you
yeah,
everything.
that's what I was about to say.
It's not so much.
It's
Yeah, you can say, okay, yeah, Solskjaer doesn't trust the squad, but it's not about trusting the squad. They're not. There was no players on there that would have come on and shored things up for us or made a difference
yeah,
for
but
us. The only thing you could see it is bringing your inexperienced players on, which is just opening them up to the two and Zabi situation again, coming on
yeah,
against
yeah,
Everton and then doing something stupid because they don't want to do anything wrong, which then in fact makes them do something wrong. Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's like if you look at the bench, Zabi, Matic, Bishop, the keeper, Solitary, Diallo, Brandon Williams, by Lee Grant. You've two goalkeepers on there, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
and Alex Telles. You know, you're not going to bring Telles on left back. Lee Grant's a keeper, so you're not going to bring him on. Eric Bay, what?
Maybe, but then you're changing the
Maybe, but just
shape and you want
exactly,
three at the back again.
yeah,
So
yeah,
really, do you
and
want
that's a
three?
risk. Brandon Williams, you know, again, no, well, if you're bringing him on at right back, but then we'll go into Wan-Bissaka in a minute. But you're not going to do it whenever you're that late in the game because trying to get into the speed of the game as a substitute's hard. And I think the only one out of all them I've listed, the Diallo and Sharatori, if you're looking at an attacking option, maybe, but they're very young. They don't have enough experience. They don't know.
In a
So
game where you
probably
need to
not.
defend from the front,
Yes,
I
yeah,
wouldn't be trusting them. Not that you wouldn't
Uh,
trust them, it's just that bit of them tracking back, and when they do track back,
yeah,
they might get over eager and make a foul in the wrong position,
uh,
and then
and
just allow for a cross to come in, which is just it's just not needed.
yeah, and not even that. When they're playing under 23s, you get it. You might get away with not tracking a boy back the old time. So, and if you just forget that once, you might not get away with it in the Premier League, and then there's a goal scored against you, and that's because you know you've switched off. I remember a seconds match, per se, totally different level. I appreciate, but a couple of young boys coming up brought the ball, we were winning, and just one didn't track a guy back, which probably would do 9 times out of 10 when he's playing under 17s, and they scored, and it was total difference. It's like you can't not do that. That's where it counts. So
I
I
don't
get
blame the
not bringing
manager.
them on. It was when Alan Weir was in charge of them, so I blame him.
Nah, I don't blame the manager. Nah, what
And
the
the,
manager did was wrong.
the only one you would maybe have said you could bring on was Matic, but then at the same time, you
I'll
know,
stop you there because I thought about that, but then actually we've started to get overrun in midfield. So the
yeah.
last thing we need is Matic in there, who's just not. He's not as leggy as Fred and McTominay.
And plus, it invites them on more because he like you said against this, he'd drop in between the centre backs, and then that's going to invite them on even more. If we're getting overrun, he's dropping in more. It just puts extra pressure on. So when you look at that, you couldn't make any subs, which I agree with. I don't think that was wrong. And the squad is depleted in terms of the options that we have. I think a 1-0 win you're happy with. If it's 0-0, obviously you're cracking up, but
Yeah,
at 1-0 win I'm happy with. But and we had all their chances.
oh yeah,
There's,
big time. Greenwood had a
there's,
couple of good chances. He's hit both
yeah,
posts. Like he
yeah.
done really well. I thought he done
I
very
thought he
well.
was brilliant.
He
I
deserved it.
thought he was, yeah, I thought he was very, very good tonight. He grew into the game. First 15, he was annoying me. A few touches were sloppy and maybe trying to gain down dark alleys, as you call it, where he's just easily tackled. But then he grew into it and he started doing things much better. And his two chances, he definitely deserved the goal. I thought.
I didn't even see those moments you're talking about. I thought from start to finish he was superb. I thought he done really
Mm,
well the whole time.
well, first 15, I thought he was just looked trying too much, but he grew into it, as I say. But and there's still the thing is, I'm watching it. Well, there's two things. One, there's still so much to come from our team. When you get a couple of players back, and even the players that were playing, there's more to come from them. So that is a positive, obviously, because we won.
Hmm.
And the second thing is, Alan Weir again is texting me, and he was saying, I'll have to agree. Is it highlighting how shit the quality is in the Premier League when a team, the West Ham, who are fifth, who are challenging for Champions League places, have came to Old Trafford and played like that, and really just like,
Yeah, but I'll
is
be
it is
honest.
it a
I'm sick of hearing this argument though from everyone. Everyone
yeah? But
says
They've had
Premier
one
League
shot on
shit this
target.
season.
But they had one shot on target in 210 minutes of football against United.
Yeah,
That's
but
the FA Cup included.
what do you want us to do? Like, if
No,
people are
it's not
saying,
our fault.
no,
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 no.
listen, let me finish my sentence. People are saying that the Premier League shit this season, and okay, West Ham have only had one shot, but we can only play against the team that are on the pitch. They hold like we can't play against anyone else who's not in the Premier League, so it doesn't matter if the Premier League standard is up or down or round and round. It is what it is. You can only play the teams that are in front of you, and you can only like all these stupid statistics. They're just bullshit. Like it means nothing. All that matters now is that we get 3 points. When you look back in 10 years' time and you see that Man City finished and won the league by X amount of points and Man United were second, it's not going to say beside it, but this was a shit season. Every team was shit. It doesn't say that. It's just going to say Man City won, Man United came second. So all this shit about teams aren't good this season is bollocks. It's a load of rubbish.
Okay, well, let me put it another way then, right? They've just been, for me tonight, West Ham were just a letdown. Just a letdown. I was expecting an exciting football match that I thought would have me on the edge of my seat. And I thought we would. What happened whenever they started coming out and attacking, we were getting the space in behind and started to get them on a counter attack. I thought that's the way they would play, and it was going to be a really good game. It turned out to be a shit game. Now, brilliant for us because we could win it 1-0. But I was disappointed in them, I suppose, that they actually didn't come and have a go because they're fifth in the league. Surely that's perfect chance for them to come and have a go. Jamie Redknapp,
So they
it,
set up the similar way against Liverpool, and in the second half they came out and attacked Liverpool and ended up losing three. Sorry, Man City, and lost 3-0 in the second half.
um,
So, and
well,
you got to keep in mind as well that since January they have had an absolute quality player come in, and it's changed the whole way the
yeah,
teams
yeah,
play,
that's true.
and they're missing him today. Like you
But
can't
then
take it away.
But then Alan did ask the question, is it a compliment to United? And then you maybe have to think, well, maybe it is, because they were clearly afraid to go and do that against us, either thinking they were going to challenge, find it hard against our defence, or knowing that they can get caught too easily the other way with Rashford, James,
I
and
think
Greenwood. So,
I think it's more to the point of actually that a point for them suited them because
mm,
a point keeps them where they need to be and still it gets them 2 points behind Chelsea if I'm not mistaken, or 1 point behind them actually if they had it
yeah,
through this game with a game in hand.
yes, the game in hand's important. Yeah,
They were playing the table, and if it wasn't for an own goal,
yeah.
possibly would have ended 0-0. So
It's
I've
just
no issues with how they set up. It's one of those things that happens. But we got the win. I'd rather talk about us. I don't really want to talk about
Yeah,
them
yeah,
anymore.
yeah, yeah. But
I'd
what I'm
rather
saying is,
talk
it
about
frustrated me because I wanted to see them do that to allow us to play more expansive football. Because I thought you, we've talked before about how we find it hard to break teams down, and that's the way they were sitting in, and it was hard to break them down. But we were actually getting the chances. We did create a couple,
yeah.
a number of good chances.
We're done a lot better than we normally do against them. But I mean, mate, you can't really say that because like how dare they not play into our hands? Like, do you know what I mean?
No,
It's just
well,
ridiculous.
yeah,
But
but that's not what I said. But
I want to talk about
you've changed what I said. But I get what you mean.
no, but yeah, obviously. But Dan James, I thought first half I felt really sorry for him because he couldn't get on the ball because Wan-Bissaka just was giving him either awful passes or just wasn't getting it to him at all. But I thought second half Dan James was exceptional. I thought he was brilliant. Apart from that pass whenever they made the break, everything else he done I thought was fantastic. He took it to the byline. Some of the crosses that were putting across the box, him and Greenwood out from that side, they were all brilliant. We just missed that striker coming in, attacking it in the 6 yard box.
Yeah, I don't agree with you. He did well. He did better in the second half. He's still not good enough. He's still not good enough. Put a good cross in. He tried. There was one point on something lovely where he beat a man in our half and
Yeah.
he got away. Um, but he gets to a point where it's like he's not sure what to do. It's like he's not sure whether he should just keep going and take a defender on. He should give a pass or what he should do. Like that one with the counter attack, and we were 4-on-1, I think it was, and he put
That
the
was
ball
just for
behind.
a pass. It was just for
Yeah,
a
yeah,
pass.
yeah. No, he put the ball behind Fernandez, but that's because it was like he was caught in two minds. Either keep going or put the ball out in front of him. He just fucked it. He
It's
just sort of stopped and played a shit ball. You got to have the quality there, especially when we're playing that way. That's my frustration. When
we've
yes,
said
he
it
was better
before
in
though.
second half.
We've said it before that it was the same as Rashford a couple of seasons ago, and now look at Rashford. And I thought you were going to say Rashford was poor tonight. I thought Rashford was brilliant tonight.
Oh my
He
fuck!
puts the fear into the players, and whenever he's got it, things happen because they either are too scared to step up to him. It creates spaces in and around him. It's everything that he brings as opposed. It's everything that he takes to the table when he doesn't have the ball. It's just him being there makes the difference because it puts the fear into those defenders, and you could see that tonight.
Well, all he should do is just be there and maybe not give him the ball because I messaged you beforehand and we were talking about Hope Rashford's fit, and then I messaged you saying, well, actually, is that a positive? And he did okay, and yes, he stretched him, but are you telling me someone else could have done? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but he missed
I'm
some.
telling you
He
that there's
missed.
no one else who's fit that could have done what he
Well,
done tonight.
why not? Why could your wee man Diallo not have done that? He'd have
Because
done. He'd have done better with a frigging header anyway.
no, because the defenders would have looked at him and went, "Oh well, this is a kid who's came over from Italy, hasn't played Premier League football. We'll have him." It's not just his skill on the pitch; it's
So you're
everything
saying
else
it's
around
his,
it.
it's his reputation.
His reputation, his presence. Like he's been exceptional. I know he's had a couple of poor games, but
But
in
mate,
his
but you
position,
got. But look at the chances he missed and all, mate. There was just a lot. There wasn't one. There was at
there was
least there was
there was two.
two that I remember of.
He was offside for the second one.
But no, what I didn't. How when? Which second
The
one?
the other header that you
Was he
messaged me and
offside?
said he should have took down. He was offside for that.
No, right, okay. Well,
But
still, he still should take
that
down and do
one
better.
header, he should have done better. Absolutely, he should have. But
But that's my frustration. The problem, I didn't think he was very good. I just didn't think he was very good. Maybe his reputation as makes the defence step back off him a yard and gives us extra space. Maybe that's true. But just on watching him and judging him on the actual performance and not what the defence did, I didn't think he was very good tonight. So I don't think he's been very good for a while. I think yes, at times he can run at people and put them under pressure, but his quality's lacking. His quality's been lacking for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
No, I think he's been. I think there's times in games that you get frustrated with him because he will do something that you expect him to do better with. But I wouldn't say he's been. I wouldn't say he's been bad. He's had bad periods, but in general, he's still quality, and I'd still have him in my starting team every
Oh,
day of the week.
yes, yeah, so would I probably, right? But what I'm saying is, he's just at the minute lacking that wee bit of quality that we need. We said it against, was it, what was that game? Can't remember the game now off the top of my head, but there's ones where it was maybe City, where he was coming in and it was like he was good, he should be hitting it, and he's just not doing it. So
Last
it's
week he
things,
seemed to be lacking confidence.
yeah, yeah, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's just lacking that bit of confidence. Maybe he's just, I don't know, it's just weird, but you would have him in the team. You know, you would have him in the team certainly. Oh, I just get wee night night kiss. Night night, pretty, love you. Um, he's just, yeah. What I was saying was, you would definitely have him in the team. You wouldn't not have him, but I just, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. He's not
You're
terrible,
talking. You're
but
talking
he's
right.
not. No, he's not terrible, but he's not doing anything that he was doing. Whereby you're going, oh, he's doing really well. You know, if you think about where he was in the comparisons he was getting, you know, at the start of the season, he's definitely gone off the boil. He's not even playing in comparison to where he was at the start of the season. And maybe you're like I say,
He's been carrying a nickel as well, though, hasn't he?
yeah,
So
well,
he
yeah.
hasn't had
The
the
thing
ball
is,
a lot.
mate, one of the annoying things about that for me is a real story they said about him. He wants to be fit for England and all that shit. I would love it if he didn't go and play for England. Like it's not like they've plenty of options there. I know he want to be playing for them and stuff, but it would just be so much better for us if he didn't.
Wow.
You know, in the international break, I mean, this one coming up because there's going to be,
Oh, right. I see what you mean. I thought
you
you
know what
meant
I
the
mean?
Euros. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, just this is an international break coming up. It would
yeah.
be brilliant if he got a week or two off. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
But yeah, inevitably he'd want to play. I understand that as well. But yeah, I don't know. It would just be handy for us if we could get a week or two off.
Yeah, we'll see where that goes. I think going down from up front to down the back, I think again Henderson proved why I'm a big fan of his. So put aside that mistake he made the other night, just the way he comes out and commands his box. There was that one where Cross come over and he's just emptied the players. Now he hasn't got great contact on it, but he has got it
Yeah,
away. And it's the fact he makes a decision, he sticks to it, and he's not afraid to just wipe everyone out and get the ball. I
yeah.
thought again, just that presence, the command in his box. I was impressed by that. But in terms of saves, he didn't really have many saves to make, did he?
No, I can't actually even think of one that he had to make. To be honest, I don't think he had to make any. But yeah, he did. Like you say, that one was. It's good to see him do that, and he did command the area. It gives you that bit more authority in there, I think.
Yeah,
So
it's good
I
to see.
thought I thought Shaw was brilliant again,
He was outstanding.
man of
He
the
always
match.
is.
Yeah,
He's
he's been brilliant.
so good
But
at the minute.
there was one point in the second half, Gary Neville commented on it. It was towards the end of the game, and he got the ball. I think it was fucking crazy bollocks Fred who passed it back to him, and he had three players around him, and he just took it, turned one way, turned the other way, and then passed it out. And it was
Mm.
just lovely because I was like, "Fuck me, what are you passing to him in there for?" You know what I mean? But he was just so calm and just yeah, he's just top of his game at the minute, which is great to see.
I thought Maguire had a fantastic game. He was brilliant.
Yeah,
He was
yeah, thought he
brilliant.
was very good.
Uh,
Lindelof didn't put a foot wrong either. To be fair to
no,
him,
he done all right. In fairness,
yeah.
there's one instance where they both went for the ball, but
Oh
they
yeah,
both
yeah,
recovered pretty well for it, so that was fine.
yeah.
Wan-Bissaka absolutely frustrated the life out of me tonight.
So Davy Morrow, who we know, as I said this before, he was actually messaging me during the game tonight, which is unusual for him. And he sent me a message, I'm a better right back. Then it was worst player on the pitch, a one trick tackling pony. Was his comments on Wambasaka.
His
I
his ball just retention was horrendous tonight. He just wasn't looking after the ball whatsoever. It was
yeah,
the most annoying thing.
I think that's one of the worst performances I've seen him put in for us.
It was really,
Because
really bad.
yeah, because usually we understand at times that the tackling ability isn't where we want it to be, right? So we sort of almost accept that because his tackling and his defensive side, even if he is cut out of position, he gets back in and makes a tackle. He didn't even do that tonight. There was two or three times he ran for a tackle and he got booked for one, which is a shocking tackle and no need whatsoever for it. And then a couple other times he wasn't getting the tackles right. He was caught out of position. He just kept giving the ball away, just continuously giving the ball away.
It
And
was
even then going forward, his touch, it was like it was a few of him and Scott McTominay were doing it all night. Actually, their first touch was like put it, in between them and the West Ham players. It was like made the ball a 50-50. It was like they wanted a tackle.
Mm.
So it was very, very frustrating. That's the worst I've seen him play.
And that's one of the things you got to take into account when we've won this game. When you've got a right back and Fred as well was poor tonight, not as bad as usual, but they just keep giving the ball away. So that was my biggest frustration. That okay, we actually ground this out because if we could have retained the ball better from the right back position, we would have had a lot more chances when we wouldn't have put ourselves under as much pressure. In general, the way we were playing, because McTominay had a weird game, as did Fred, we would, so if we had a goal kick, we'd play out from the back, we'd beat the press, we'd get it up into the midfield, and then we'd play it back to our defence again and
Yeah.
have to start all over, and then we'd end up just clearing it. And I'm thinking, we've beat the press. Why are we going back in there? Like that was
Uh,
it was very frustrating. And then it was the point of, well, maybe are we just settling for the goal?
yeah.
Maybe are we not willing to turn around and go at them? Because there was one counter attack where I think it was just Greenwood on his own and no one else was with him. And you're thinking, what? We're not even looking to counter now as a team.
Yeah.
That was my frustration because, as was seen the other night, we weren't very good at settling for a 1-0 win. We need to get 2 goals at least.
Yeah, that was the worry, wasn't it? That was the worry. The worry for me was I thought we had settled for the 1-0. I thought, right, we're taking this as a 1-0 and that's it. We're happy to do that. But yeah, just worried that that would bite us in the backside as it did on Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
But the chat, I don't know. The opportunities I think were there to push on, and
If we had really committed on a couple of those
yeah,
counter attacks, we could have got the second goal. No
yes,
problems whatsoever.
yeah. But we didn't. And the other thing is, just as we talk about Wan-Bissaka, it is right. Like it's, I messaged you during the game saying one of our major issues is we can only attack down the left hand side. There's been a lot of talk about our right winger and Greenwood playing out there, and now James is playing out there. But like you got to feel for them boys because they have someone behind them who is literally not really helping them out at all. And tonight, as I say, he was so poor because he didn't do the other side, which is what we've always praised him for, is the defensive side. He just wasn't good at that
Mm-hmm.
tonight at all. So really, you know, you shouldn't have a team where you can only attack down one side. Yes, except Luke Shaw's exceptional at the minute, but you need a right back who can attack as well and support the right winger. If you don't have that, it all becomes, the play inevitably gets moved over the other side, all over the left hand side all the time.
Do you think
It's
it's
just
at the
frustrating.
stage now where Williams should have a run, or do you think it's something that actually we just need to address in the summer, or like where are you with it? Because we spent a lot of money on him, and apparently he's our fifth highest earner.
Really?
Hmm.
Should have not. For me, I would be looking to address it in the summer. I don't think Williams. I don't know about Williams.
Let's
He's
remember as
weird.
well, though, he's only 22. Like Wan-Bissaka is still really young. The whole team is still really young.
Yeah, okay, but look at it like this. Tariq Lamptey, right? And I know he's out injured for Brighton, but look at how he was playing for Brighton. Now, totally different team, and I appreciate now they're fighting relegation. But when he was playing and the way he was playing and the attacking support he was given to that side, and he's 19. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, but
is
you
there better options out there? And I think he is a better option.
but you said it yourself.
But
He's playing for Brighton in a relegation battle. Like
yes, but
he's not playing at Man United. He's not playing on Thursday. Get what you're saying, 100%, and it would be interesting to see. But Wan-Bissaka, I feel like watching him for Crystal Palace 2 seasons ago, he offered much more than what he offers us now.
mm, it's an interesting one in that fact because it's funny. I was speaking to someone else, can't remember who it was now, about Dean Henderson. When the mistake he made on Thursday night, and it was like it's very. I was speaking to Graham Carey's dad today, um, and I was saying to him, yeah, it's fair. It's funny in terms of Henderson. He came in obviously, and we want to do number one, and then he has that mistake. But it's very different in playing for Sheffield United
Mm.
week in week out and being brilliant to this Man United because if for Man United, you might be called on to make one save in a match. And yeah, he made a couple other ones in the Milan match, so
That's
maybe
a
not the
good
perfect
point. Yeah.
example. But it was the one big save that was needed. In the Sheffield United match, you're probably called on to make 10 big saves. And if he's made 9 of them, he's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But the one he doesn't make for United, that costs us the game. The one that he doesn't make for Sheffield United maybe doesn't cost them the game, or because he's made the other 9. Do
That's
you know what I'm
great
trying to say?
observation.
So
That was a
I'm
great
wondering if
observation.
Wan-Bissaka is the same thing. It's a different level of playing for Man United, And if you lose the ball and they go back and score against you or whatever, then it's definitely highlighted more. And has he just lost that bit of confidence and going forward? Because I agree with you, when he was playing for Crystal Palace, he did offer more. So it's a strange one. It's hard to know, and maybe I'm being too harsh and saying just go and replace him. Um, and maybe if we get it, Lampard, he would have exactly the same issue. He might come to United and not be as confident, or lose that wee bit of attacking flair that he has. It's hard.
I genuinely think we stick with him for a while longer. I'd at least give him another full season and see. He's also had a lot of off-field problems. Like, I was reading about it today. He's a dirty.
Oh really?
He's a dirty dog, mate.
Is he?
He had three women on the go at one stage, and then one of them got pregnant, and it was just, mate. He's just dirty
to,
dogs, like.
to, to be fair, mate, remember the interview he did, and he just was thick as shit after the Aston Villa match. He doesn't seem like he's got the best brain on his own
Well,
shoulders there.
once I started reading about all this shit that's going on, I was like, when you get into the rabbit hole, and I'm thinking, I
Yeah, yeah.
obviously didn't start this, but anyway, I kept going, and I've had one of it who was his girlfriend at the time, and he'd been cheating on her with two other birds, and the girlfriend was the one that got pregnant, and then she screenshotted Snapchat like they were having a conversation, and
Uh-huh.
she was saying all this stuff. You owe me this, you owe me that, and he just replied saying, "I owe you nothing but safe passage back to London." He's just ruthless, man. He's just a horrible,
Mate.
horrible, horrible man. But like,
That's not good,
when you've got all
admit.
that going on, though, and I'm not like
Wow.
advocating that whatsoever, but that's got to be hard trying to juggle all those women. It's hard enough having
Oh,
one
mate,
bloody woman.
flip me. Yeah, tell me about it. Like, I love my wife to bits, but fucking hell, imagine three women. That would just ruin your life.
Yeah, sometimes one.
So,
I don't even want one. Hope,
yeah,
hope she doesn't listen to this episode.
fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed.
But yeah, there's that.
Well,
So moving on up the pitch, Bruno Fernandes had a quiet night. I know you were getting very frustrated with him. He gave the ball away a bit. For me, though, it was hard for him because he's a player who excels between the spaces, between the lines. But there's no lines to get between the net. Like at times, West Ham were playing eight at the back.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm trying not to be harsh, but at the same time, I'll critique players on the game, right? So not as an overall critique. Obviously, he's one of our best players, probably our best player, him and Shaw. Um, but tonight it was just even the simple passes he just wasn't getting right for me, which was the frustrating thing because we know he can do it. I guess that's where it becomes frustrating because he can do it and he has that ability. So when he doesn't do it properly, it's more frustrating. But yeah, it was just a quiet night to be fair, and he was dropping a lot deeper to try and find that space at times. So he was still trying to be involved, still working hard as he always does. So I'll not discredit any of that work.
Mm.
He just needs to be a bit more, and it's in games like this where you need to have that wee bit of extra quality, and that's just what I thought we were lacking.
It's weird you saying that though, because even in and around the box, we did look like we were going to make like we were doing a little bit more than what we'd normally do. I think Greenwood was a big part of
Yeah,
that, but like you said, then it was just that little bit of passing after that. I think every time it
yeah,
went back to Fred, you knew that the movement broke down. And again, and sorry to beat this drum again, but Van de Beek obviously is injured, but if he's there in this game, he makes that little pass through. You know what I mean? Because that's what he's good at.
yeah. Mate, wee Fred, he's a wee gangster. Like he tries his best, but he just loves to give the other team the
He
ball.
annoyed me tonight. I have
Just
to be honest. I have to be true to myself. So in the last
oh,
podcast, one thing that wasn't going to say, although I did think it, was that we missed Fred against AC Milan. So I'm hoping he starts again. I hope he does start again
yeah.
tonight. But he was good tonight, but he just still gives the ball away too much. That's my
That's
opinion.
his
I was watching
problem.
tonight and I was thinking, you do so much good stuff. It was a bit like
Yeah,
that Kessie kid for AC Milan who everyone's bumming about. I didn't think he was great, but it reminded me of Fred. He does a lot of stuff, like just stuff, and then just doesn't
yeah.
look after the ball right.
Oh, always busy, always working, always putting other players under pressure. Always on the press, he's very good. Fred, I'm talking about here. But when he gets it, that's the problem.
Mm,
It's like off the ball, Fred is your perfect player. He's your perfect midfielder off the ball. On the ball, he's your worst fucking nightmare.
yeah,
And that's the only way I can sum
that's a
him
brilliant way to sum him up.
up.
But look, all in all, I'm really pleased with our win tonight. It sounds like we're moaning. I'm not moaning at all. I'm actually pleased with how we won tonight, considering the 11 players that we had, and
Yeah.
I should say, considering the 18 players that we took there. Really pleased with how we done it. Really pleased to see Rashford back. Hope he's okay for Thursday, and excited to go and play AC Milan.
Well, I'm hoping that Cavani's fit for
See,
AC Milan.
This is my problem here almost, because I think Greenwood done good enough up front tonight where Cavani could start on the bench against Milan.
Ooh, but I'd have Greenwood outright, so you have that extra quality because he is good and he can come in there and he started to play well there. So I think he started to learn how to play and not worry about what Wan-Bissaka was doing, because that's not going to help you out any. And he was doing well right now. He looked good through the middle today, as was said. But if you have him outright, Rashford left and Cavani through the middle, I think that's more potent than what obviously with James or anything, or Martial there. So. That's what I'd like to see. I don't know if Cavani will be fit. I genuinely still don't know enough about it. The injuries seem to be.
I mean, none of our injuries. We don't know anything about them. But again,
I know. I keep saying it. It's frustrating me.
But is that something to do with the fact that we're like we're so determined not to talk about injuries that we're not even giving injury updates? We're just going to carry on nothing's happening. Do you know what I mean? That's what it feels like.
I know it does, because you don't really yell. Yeah. I think I said it before. I don't repeat myself, but we just don't have a clue of where Cavani's close. So that's all we hear. He's close. He's going. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe. And then no Cavani, no Pogba, and you're going. Fuck me. They're close, but they're not getting in. And then Rashford, I thought, was a dead cert not to play today, and then obviously he did play. So yeah, I don't know. But
they'll all come back at the right time, and we're just going to push on and win every game from now until the end of the season.
Yeah, I love your confidence. Before we move on to the Milan match, then, what was our predictions for today?
So you predicted 2-1. I predicted 3-1 Man United.
I get the point.
Yeah, but I'm saying like we're both too
far
away.
Fuck off, we're both too far away. We won by 1 goal. I called it by 1 goal, so I get the point.
All right.
Yeah, don't you try and bullshit me. You're fucking, oh yeah, baby. Huh?
If that's how you want to play it.
Yeah, that's how I want to play it, because that's the rules. All right, Graham. Anyway, on to the Milan match.
Currently 4-2.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can trust you keeping score either, but okay. I'm only joking. What was I going to say? Right, Milan Thursday night. Look, job done tonight. That's the main thing. Job done. With that squad, job
league.
done.
We're doing well.
Yeah.
We're doing all right.
Yeah.
So now we don't play a league match now for another week or two, because we have AC Milan Thursday and then left.
Oh
yeah. Of the FA Cup.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. So, I keep forgetting that, because every time I look at the fixtures, I see Leicester and I go, oh right, we're playing Leicester in the league. It's fucking big, and then I go, oh no, it's FA Cup. No, anyway, they don't play in the league until 3rd of April.
So what we have? When's the international break then?
That must come after. Yeah, it must do. Yeah, because it's the 21st. We play that Sunday 21st, and then we don't play again until the 3rd of April against Brighton.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if we could get through them two, you'd like to think by the stage of coming back from the international break, we'll have everybody back. Because there's nobody else like a long-term one. So it'll just depend who goes in the international break. But anyway, so Milan Thursday night. Thoughts turn to that?
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm very excited for it. I think so. Rob, a guy who I sent you a message, who said that you crack him up. He made a very good point the other day, and he was texting me, and he had said he prefers going into the game thinking that United needs something, because United seem to play a lot better whenever there's something on the line, and he's absolutely spot on. Like tonight, second place was on the line. Now we weren't great, but we did what we had to do. That PSG match, I know we're going back to last season, but we pulled out an absolute blinder. This season in Champions League, we didn't really need anything against those teams because we'd already beat them. Do you know what I mean? So which is why we weren't that good, but we need to win this game now, and we need a goal. So I think we'll go out there and we'll be bang up for it, and we'll win 2-0.
I like your confidence. I don't know if it's misplaced or misguided confidence. Rob knows that. Rob, I think, really, he knows I'm right. Milan were shit, and everyone else is shit. That's whatever I say. So that's correct. But also on that point of, you called me out and said, "Oh, you don't know your things." After we beat PSG away 3-1, we won 2 out of our next 12 matches. So that was a fucking disaster. Um,
that wasn't what you said though, was it?
no, I said 1,700 million or whatever. I rhymed up, but I was joking, and then you were like, ah, wah, wah. So I had to go. I checked that it was 2 out of our next 12. We won. I said we didn't win for 10 matches, which we didn't because we only won 2 out of 10. So 2 out of 12,
So
2 out of 12, 2 out of 12.
so
So
who's
we did the other 10 we didn't win.
but who's to say that those two were at the end of the 10? So potentially we won the next one and then
So I just
bang bang.
it was just misworded incorrectly, but it still overall it was correct. Anyway, going away to Milan.
It wasn't.
Well, it was. We didn't win 10 games. We didn't win them. Going away to Milan. I don't know. I guess it's going to be tough. I know the San Siro's no fans, and I think that works in our benefit, and we're lucky. Is it being played? It's definitely being played, San Siro, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I was reading something about other games being played in neutral places, but this one's at San Siro,
There's
isn't it?
loads of that happening, but we are able to play in Italy. Sure, that's
Right.
when
Okay.
when we were playing Real Sociedad, we played in Turin
That's right. Yes. Yes.
at the old ladies' ground.
Yeah. So, look, I think that'll be tough. I think if we could turn up and play, even if we play like we played tonight, we're enough to beat them. We have enough to beat them. The difference being AC Milan actually want to come and play against you. You know, they showed that at Old Trafford. They want to come and play football,
Yeah,
which should suit
we
us.
haven't really got much. So do you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
no, I agree with that. But it should suit us inviting them on and then catching them out in the counter. We just didn't do it very well against them on last Thursday. We didn't do it at all. So I don't know, with the addition of a couple of players, if you've got Rashi, if you've got Cavani, even a Donny or Pogba, if they're I don't know if they're close to being fit or not. But if you've one or two of them back in, I think I'm confident we can go beat them. I don't know. I don't know what the scoreline's going to be. I don't know. Loath to say. I was thinking 1-0, but I think if we go out and we score early, we could beat them 3-0. I'm going to go 3-0.
oh, I like that, man. I like your confidence for a change. I'd like
But
to
if we go out and
see.
don't score, if don't go score early, it's going to be boring as hell and horrible to
I'll
watch.
take Bourne and 1-0, mate, all day long.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. 1-0, that's what I would take, almost like tonight. You'd almost take it. If we here's where I'm at with that. Look at what we just looked at with the fixtures in the international break. If we could go and beat Milan 1-0 and then go and beat Leicester 1-0, take it all day long. Go in the international break, get all our players back. Happy days. That would be perfect because we're in the semi-finals then of the FA Cup and we'll be in the quarterfinals then
Yeah.
of the UEFA Cup and second in the league. If someone's offered you that and you were looking at that coming up to the last international break before you go into the last hurrah of the season, I'd take a fucking hand off to start the season. Like,
Yeah, we just need to. Well, I don't want to start talking about semi-finals because we've got big games to get through first, don't we?
well, yeah. Leicester's going to be tough there, bang at it. Although I'd say Sheffield United fucking shit the bed, like a bit of
Yeah,
Chris Wilder, and then
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the game to be honest, but I struggled to believe they won 5-0 when they're missing two of their best players, two of their best attacking players, and
yeah,
Sheffield United have thrown a towel in, and that it,
yeah, they have, yeah. They got rid of Wilder, and I was thinking,
did he? So he
uh,
wasn't on the sideline today then.
no, no, no. They got rid of him. Mutual consent agreed that he was gone, which I don't know. That's strange itself. But anyway, I always hate that mutual consent. Someone clearly wanted to leave. Either he wanted to go or they wanted to sack him. So, but the annoying thing for me is when I heard that, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, because I knew they were playing less. At least with Chris Wilder there, you'll know they'll always fight and they'll always put in a good game. And they've, under his management, they never lost by more than 3 goals. But this season alone, there's maybe only a couple of times that happens. They've always been within a goal of a draw or whatever. So I knew it'd be tight, but then when they lost it, went. I was optimistically trying to think. I wonder would they put in a big effort to sort of show that they shouldn't get rid of Chris Wilder, but obviously it just went the other way, where they just, like you say, threw the towel in 5-0,
Well,
like
mate, it's
fuck.
hard when you know you're not going to be in the league. Like, there's
I
nothing they can
know,
do.
but
Like, it's just never going to happen. So, but more importantly,
shit.
mate, there's been big moves down here on the sunny south coast.
But
Kenny Jackett has been relieved of his position as Portsmouth manager.
did he get the boot after yesterday?
Mate, his post-match interview yesterday, after drawing 0-0 to a team in League Two, which is the league below
Yeah,
Portsmouth, who have won one game in six, he said, "I was really pleased with the 0-0. We're moving in the right direction. It
he
shows
didn't actually say that.
shows improvement."
Fuck off. They were
They
shite.
were so bad, mate, and Pompey have the best players in that league without a doubt. as a squad. Like he's got the best team, and he's just not getting a tune out of them.
I
So
can't believe he said that, mate. I'd have sacked him. I'd have
um,
sacked him right there. I'd have come in into the interview and said, "Fucking do one, son." That's
so
brutal. I watched it. Just because it was Poppy, and I know you are watching it, and Dan's obviously want Poppy to win it and stuff. Obviously, I have a bit of an affiliation with Salford because it's the United boys that own them, so it was kind of like didn't really mind who won. Wouldn't have minded seeing Salford winning, but wouldn't have minded seeing Poppy win. To be fair for you lads down there, but I just as I watched it, I was like, "Holy fuck, Poppy are
yeah,
brutal."
man, which is so weird because, like I said, Rowan Curtis was the best player in this league last season, and he's been really poor recently. Marquis
Yeah.
Marquis was the top goal scorer in all the football leagues for like 8 9 years until he came to Pompey. So it's
Man, anyone
insane.
who plays Football Manager will know him because he tears it up when you go on the lower leagues Football
His
Manager.
harness is unbelievable, and he still has been good, but he hasn't got the supporting players behind him. It's been so strange, but now there's talk of German guy who used to be Hearts manager, who
Right.
would have got Hearts Champions League football or European football for the first time ever, but then Hearts had a big points deduction,
That's right. Yeah,
and he
yeah,
was
yeah.
also the manager that took Barnsley into the Championship.
What's his name? Derek
Martin
something? No, no. All right, okay.
Central, someone Central.
That sounds like it.
Um,
Well, we'll wait and see. Maybe because Poppy are still sixth in League One. Like they can still get
No, they're
promotion.
down to seventh now. But
Oh well. Oh fuck.
that was the thing though. They needed to have um momentum going into the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
lost like 3 of their last 4 games. They were just playing really poor, stupid draws, getting smashed, and falling from third down, down, down. So, but
I think it's all coincided with Dan starting that banter page, and
I
then
think you're
that
right,
all
mate.
gets shot to shit, and then Poppy went to
I
shit.
think you're probably right, mate. That's exactly what it is.
On
Well,
another note, though, right? So we'll wait and see what happens with Poppy. Sorry, we done there.
yeah,
I was just going to say on another note, have you seen who's been linked with the Celtic job?
yeah, Roy Keane.
Yeah, that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
That would just be it'd be easy for Rangers for the next 3 4 years as long as Keane's there.
Do you think so?
Yeah, mate.
Nah, man, I
He's
don't
not a good
know.
manager. I love Roy Keane, but he's not a good
Mate,
football manager.
you can't say that. You got to look at what he done in Sunderland the first time we went there, and he done really, really well. And I think he goes down to Scotland, and he has players that are better and will take to his management better. And I think he could do a good
Have you
job.
heard
I'd
some
love
of
to see
the
him up against Jared. It'd be funny,
Have you
like.
heard some of the stories out from when he was Ipswich manager?
Yeah, when he just like berated the
Yeah,
players.
and he spent like 45 minutes beating up a clipboard and breaking it into pieces and smashing it into pieces. And they're all
45
just
minutes.
like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah, but he'll have learned from that too, though. He's been out of it a long time, and he's learned a lot actually as the Republic's assistant manager. To be fair, working on the Martin O'Neill.
They're just not.
So
Celtic just aren't good at like. They're just
I don't know.
not
I would
good
just
at
love to see
football.
him. Obviously, you know, Rangers win that made me. I was pleased with that, but it'd be. I would think it would be good to see Celtic. Well, what you always loved about the Scottish League was a good competition
There'd be
between Celtic and
fireworks.
Rangers.
There'd be fireworks. There's
Yeah,
absolutely no doubt
yes.
about that.
But imagine him and Stevie Jordan on the sideline going at it. That'd be fucking great. It'd be hilarious.
But no, yeah, it's going to
Anyway,
be interesting to see, mate. But
I think we
we do
digress.
indeed. But I think to wrap it up, nice win by us tonight. Not going to say great win, but we managed it well with what we've got. Just hope some people come back. Looking forward to Thursday night. It's going to be another long bloody week. I hate Thursday night games. It feels like it's so far away.
Yeah, it is, mate. It is so far away. It's loads of days away.
But yeah. Anything else to add?
No, mate, I think that's it. Just happy Mother's Day to any of the mothers out there listening. Hopefully, you've all had a good day. I know it's lockdown, but hopefully, you still managed to enjoy it. I think I said a good tweet actually just before we wrap up, just saying the fact that the scheduled 7:15 p.m. kickoff on Mother's Day meant there's quite a few negotiations going on with the wife about bedtimes and bath times and things for children. So I think I was part of that negotiation that we managed to get away with to get watching the match and get on this. So all in all, it worked out all right. Good to see us get the win, and let's hope maybe get one or two more back for Thursday night. And as we say, if we need to win ugly, win ugly. But we'll have to wait till Thursday to see what that brings. At least we can wait with a smile on our faces as we're back second in the league. So
There you go.
good luck, good night, and as always, let's remain brothers united.
Good night, everyone.